What's going on, guys and girls? My name is Van Gilf, and I've just realised my TV is very loud, so I'm going to turn that down for you all. Today we have got the Inform Van Der Vaart player review. As you can see, we've got him in a nice team here. It's a 4-1-2-1-2, and obviously we've got him in the cam position, because where else would you want to play Van Der Vaart? As you can see, he has got 4-star skill moves and a 4-star weak foot, and he is left-footed, guys. Let's make that one clear. So if you are going to buy him, make sure you know that. His shooting is 88, passing is 87, and his dribbling is 85, and I'm just going to make this very clear now. They are his main stats, and a lot of the other stats he has got just do not cut it for me. But let's have a look at his in-games, and look at all those. Look at those bright greens and look at all those dark greens. Fantastic. The only things that are bad are really the heading, the defending stats, but all the passing and all the shooting ones are out of this world. As you can see, guys, here we go again. We've got the 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, and you can see his attacking work rate is medium, which is okay for a cam, and his defensive is low, which again is okay for a cam. This is where it gets a little bit disappointing, because his physical stats aren't that good. A lot of you who have known, who have used him before, know that he's quite slow, and he's not very strong either, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is good though. His attacking position is good, and his vision's good. So we're gonna look at his shooting first, guys, and I'm just gonna say this right now. I hit the post and the crossbar so many fucking times with this guy, and it was doing my head in. Like, I was trying my best to get goals of him, and I just couldn't. I tried to get on the inside of the box a lot more than what I did, but with his medium attacking work rate, he just didn't want to get himself up the pitch. He kind of lurked in this little bit of space you can see now, you know, like kind of like halfway between the halfway line and the box, and you have to pass it to him and do a couple of like runs around the players to get the shot off, because I kept coming up against teams that had 2 defensive midfielders or 1 defensive midfielder sat there. So obviously if you've got a CDM counteracting your cam, he has to be fast to get around him, or he has to just do some sort of amazing skill to leave him for dead, and it's incredibly hard to do, and that's why I didn't like using him for the last 3 games. I played about 9 games with him, and for like the last 4 or 3 games, it came to the point where one of the games was against an informed David Luiz, and a lot of you guys know David Luiz is one of the most overpowered players on the game. So having him in form and in a CDM, it absolutely completely killed him out of the game, guys. And I'm not gonna lie, when you come up against players like that, it just this is where he vanishes. And I don't want to say he's a bad player, because he's not. If you can get him, and this is what I was thinking about. Maybe if I changed the formation and I had him in a 5-3-2 or something, where I could go down the wings as well, or if I had him in a, what's it called, 4-2-3-1, he could be one of the cams on either the left hand side or the right hand side, because he's got the 4-star weak foot to cut inside his shoe or shoot on his stronger foot, and I reckon that's where he'd be better off on the wing. And even though his lack of pace underpins him and you won't want him on the wing, it makes more sense as a cam on the wing, because he can lurk in that area. That was a nice goal I just scored him, by the way. I've just looked up and seen that, and he's good at finishing, but he just needs a clear, open bit of goal to finish, if you know what I mean, like that there. We have got quite a few passing clips coming up as well, guys. He's really good on the ball. His dribbling's fantastic. His passing is fantastic as well. But yeah, it's been a very frustrating review for me, because I like to enjoy the players I'm using, and if you start to come up against bad teams on FIFA, you start to play worse with your team as well, and that's eventually what happened. I came up against Kabul David Luiz combinations and Felipe Santana Naldo combinations, and I just kept coming up against them. And my top 2 strikers were Emnes and Van Persie, if you've seen that already, and they worked well because they're not that slow. But I think, what's his pace? I think it's less than 70, and that's not enough for these kind of strikers. And I'm not a pacer, but that is what this game is all about, pacers. The good thing I can say though with having him here though is the fact that you can do the through balls over the top, and you can set your pacier strikers away with him, but you're not going to score with him when you come up against these fast players. And I reckon that's how the cookie crumbles with this guy. I'm afraid he's just not quick enough to do it himself, but he's good enough to distribute it to others. And I know that sounds so weird me saying it, but that's actually how it is. I've put a little overall up here. It's basically what I've been repeating myself all the way through the video. I would give this guy a 7 out of 10 just because that, for me, that's my average score. I'd say he's an average player. I would never pay more than 50k for him. No way near that. I'm going to predict he's going to he's probably going to drop to below that. So I'd wait for at least a week or two till he's at his lowest price and then get him to try him out. But personally, I prefer his not in form to his in form. So that's just my opinion, guys. You've probably got your own. If you have used him, let me know how you felt. I didn't like him just for the pace reasons, and yeah, it's just the way it goes. Thanks for watching this, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you have any feedback for me as well, then obviously share the feedback, but don't be too harsh. Cheers, bye.